What is FERPA? FERPA is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA, is a federal privacy law that gives parents certain protections with regard to their children's education records, such as report cards, transcripts, disciplinary records, contact and family information, and class schedules. A parent has the right to review their child's education records and to request changes under limited circumstances. To protect a child's privacy, the law generally requires schools to ask for written consent before disclosing a child's personally identifiable information to individuals other than families. The background. FERPA was introduced in 1974 by Senator James Buckley of New York. It began as a section of the General Educational Provisions Act called the Protection of the Rights and Privacy of Students and Parents. It's also referred to as the Buckley Amendment. Who enforces FERPA? The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act is enforced by the Family Policy Compliance Office, the U.S. Department of Education, Washington, D.C. To whom does FERPA apply? FERPA applies to all institutions that receive federal funding, K through 12 and higher education. What are the consequences for violating FERPA? Federal funds to the institution may be cut off. Federal funds include financial aid and educational grants. Students' privacy rights are violated. Does a school have to provide families with a copy of records if they are requested by the family? Schools must honor parental requests to review a child's education records within 45 days of receiving the request. Some states have laws similar to FERPA that require schools to provide access within a shorter period of time. FERPA requires that schools provide parents with an opportunity to inspect and review education records, but not to receive copies except in limited circumstances. Who else gets to see a child's education records? To protect a child's privacy, schools are generally prohibited from disclosing personally identifiable information about a child without a family's written consent. Exceptions to this rule include disclosures made to school officials with legitimate educational interests, disclosures made to another school at which the student intends to enroll, disclosures made to state or local education authorities for auditing or evaluating federal or state-supported education programs or enforcing federal laws that relate to those programs, and disclosures including information the school has designated as directory information. What is directory information? FERPA defines directory information as information contained in a student's education record that generally would not be considered harmful or an invasion of privacy if disclosed. Directory information could include name, address, telephone listing, electronic mail address, date and place of birth, dates of attendance, and grade level. Participation in officially recognized activities and sports, weight and height of members of athletic teams, degrees, honors, and awards received, and the most recent school attended. Who can receive directory information? A school may disclose directory information to anyone without consent if it has given parents general notice of the information it has designated as directory information, the right to opt out of these disclosures, and the period of time they have to notify the school of their desire to opt out. Contact information. For further information about FERPA, contact Monica Ron, Todd County Human Resource Office, 856-3501, extension 2105, or the Family Policy Compliance Office, U.S. Department of Education, 400 Maryland Avenue Southwest, Washington, D.C., 202-020-59202-260-3887. And this is Todd County School District's FERPA training.